So about a year ago, I switched from controller to keyboard and mouse, and I made a series of me practicing every day for 100 days. So I decided to compress all 100 days into this one video. I hope you enjoy. Before the video starts, it would mean a lot if you like and subscribe this video. I edited over 2 hours of footage, and also please use my code DrewFN1. Okay, I hope you enjoy. On day 1, I started with practicing 90s, and then I did single edits, and then I did 90s into single edits, then I did wall edits, and then I did everything again. And I ended the day 1v1ing my friend, but these clips were so chopped, so I'm not even going to force you to see them. But I would say that is a pretty successful day. So we are now on to day 2. On day 2, I started by switching my keybinds to the ones that I still use today. I realized that my old ones were really bad. Like, why was I using a side button to edit? I started day 2 by doing everything that I did yesterday again. And then I started trying to learn how to do a double edit. And that was the entire day. So I definitely didn't do as much as yesterday, but we are now moving on to day 3. I started by doing double edits again and then tried doing 90s into double edits, and I did this one in different speeds to try to practice my crosshair placement. Next, I just practiced various edits on a wall, and then I practiced breaking a wall and placing a cone in it. Then I ended the day with a little edit course. Yeah, I thought this was so tough. So we are now on to day 4, and today I practiced different edit courses of different difficulties, and then ended the day with practicing more double edits. On day 5, I started with some 90s into a double edit, and then I practiced different piecing techniques. So from day 6 to 7, I practiced box fights, and these clips were pretty chopped, but I will show you the best ones that I had, which, let's be honest, weren't even that good. So I was now 1 week into the challenge, and I definitely improved a little, but I still had a lot of improvement to go. So let's move on to day 8. On day 8, I practiced many different edit courses. On day 9, I 1v1 my friend again, and I will show you my best clips, which again weren't that good. We are now on to day 11, and today I practiced my aim for the first time. I started with practicing shooting these balls. Then I switched my sensitivity and practiced more aiming and crosshair placement. On day 12, I did some clutch practice against these bots. And I was now on day 13, which was a monumental day. It started the same as any other day with practicing 90s into a double edit, but then I did my first triple edit. I know, it was crazy. And then I ended the day practicing some legless 90s. On day 14, I practiced some piece control, and then I guess I skipped day 15, and on day 16, I just practiced my aim again. On day 17, I practiced some more box fights. Day 18, I practiced with getting more consistent with triple edits by practicing in different speeds, and then I practiced tarping for the first time. And I also practiced tarping with bots shooting at me to help me tarp quicker. So this is taking a long time, so I'm going to quickly go through every day until day 30. Day 19, I practiced more building techniques. Day 20, I practiced some more box fights. Day 21, I practiced my aim. Day 22, I practiced piece control. Day 23, I practiced box fights again. As you can see, box fights is definitely my favorite thing to practice. Day 25, I practiced editing. Day 26, I practiced my aim. I was away for day 27 and 28, and then on day 29, I practiced edit tunnels. So we are now on to day 30, and today was a big day because I got my first win. It was in 0 builds, but it is still my first win. And this was during the Chapter 2 remix, so you can see how long ago this was filmed. And by the way, this voiceover is directly from my day 30 video from the series. I clingered this guy on the roof and finished him with the scar. No one else was here, so I left in a helicopter and went to Salty. And then I got a lot of bot kills. I then flew around and eventually found another 2 kids at Weeping. I then saw this guy in the helicopter, so I shot him and he died to my aura. So I got every mythic in the game and I chose the scar, and I don't like the ice grappler, so I just went with the normal one. This guy drove up on me. And he somehow hit me with the RPG, so I waited for him to run up and kill him. I then killed another bot. I grappled onto this kid and killed him. And then I snuck up onto this kid and killed him. And the last kid was a bot. I know, that was a crazy win. Before I continue this video, if you're enjoying so far, please consider subscribing and please use my code. This video took a long time to make and it would mean a lot. Okay, now back to the video. So now I started to get burnt out and I started skipping some days, so if I don't talk about a day, that means I didn't practice on that day. On day 31 I practiced my aim. On day 34 I practiced many different things. On day 35 I practiced box fights. This is when I really started to see some improvement. And then I practiced box fights again on day 37. Box fights is definitely my favorite version of fighting, and you can see that in these 100 days. On day 38 I practiced my aim. On day 40 I 1v1 my friend. And I'm going to show you some of the clips from that day, because I really started to see some improvement. Okay, so we are now on day 41, and I practiced some new building techniques today. Day 43 I practiced my aim. Day 45 I practiced box fights. Day 47 I looked up a video and learned some new building techniques. Day 48 I practiced box fights. Day 51 to 53 I practiced my aim. And I also practiced my aim on day 55. I don't know what got into me, but I was really grinding my aim here, and I hate practicing aim. On day 56 I went back to my usual by practicing box fights. Day 57 I practiced some building. And on day 58 I practiced my aim again. So it was now day 60 and the 2-month mark of this challenge. And I don't know if this is my first build win, but it is my first one recorded. So today was a big win. So I hope you enjoy this game. And again, this voiceover is directly from the video. I beamed this kid. You would have found a void Oni mask when going for him. And there were a lot of people, so I ran away. And I killed another bot.
That'd be not real good.
I went back to Seaport City and easily killed this kid.
Nice.
And then this guy sensed my aura and went AFK.
Okay, that guy just...
I then killed another 2 sweats.
5, 3 kill. Okay.
And then this guy pulled up and I missed every shot.
Wow. Alright, none of those hit.
I thought I was dead here, but I got out. I was eventually able to kill this sweat. And then I bush camped for a while. Don't judge me, this took me a really long time to get a win. I then saw this guy with a McDonald's headset and was easily able to kill him.
A massive crown kill.
I beamed this kid
Cracked.
and teleport on him. And was easily able to kill him.
Nice kill. I don't even want that medallion.
This guy was camping in a hut and he instantly shockwaved away. I beamed him in the air and chased him.
Crack. This guy's one. He left. God.
This guy thought he was the king and tried to glide on me. I teleported to circle and fought this kid. He hit a nice shot, so I had to back off. I teleported to circle again. And beamed this kid and killed him.
Nice.
Now it was a 1v1.
Cracked.
And this guy looked like a toddler playing with his toes, and I was easily able to kill him. I know, that was the craziest win you have ever seen. Day 61, I went back to practicing my aim. Day 62, I practiced box fights. On day 64, I finally switched it up and practiced Zone Wars. This was my first time ever playing Zone Wars, but I hope you enjoy these clips. Day 66, I got another win. Day 69, I practiced my aim. Day 72, I practiced box fights. Day 75, I got another win. Day 77, I practiced box fights. Day 80, I went back to Zone Wars. Day 82, I actually played this everything 1v1 map to get better at all different types of fighting. Day 85, I learned new height retakes. Day 88, I practiced box fights. And this was my last day of box fights for the challenge. So I will show you some of the clips from it to see the difference from day 1 and day 88. And on day 91, I practiced some more height retakes. And I don't know what happened to the last 9 days, but this was the last day recorded of the challenge. So that was the 100 days, and as you can see, there was a lot of improvement from day 1. I have now been on keyboard and mouse for a little over a year and just started playing in some skin cups, and hopefully I can earn some money soon. So I hope you enjoyed, and I have a big video coming up by the end of the month, and please help me get to 1,500 subscribers before New Year's.